I'm talking about. Hey, bro, this right here, for them reaching out to us, our next bike. My road traveling, finally did it, huh? Ride in, Bagging Bike Show.
It all started with a question. Have you ever been to the other side of Daytona?
Traveling Tall is brought to you by Custom Dynamics, Zippers Performance, Khrome Works, Red Line Oil, Volunteer Audio, and Let's Roll.
We about to ride, we about to ride. We down here at the Ride-In Bag and Show. Right here, let me show you. Yeah. You can't hear us, but this is Matt. Bought you one now. You went and bought you one. I bought one. Don't even play. I bought one. How you like the street glide? I like it, man. It's nice to be able to relate to the lesser bikes. You know. All right. No, I like it. Right. Okay. You know, y'all check them out on YouTube. Riding and Renting on YouTube. Thank you, man. My cousin, you on YouTube right now. Okay. You good? I'm good. He rides one of them other bikes, road glide. Watch him out now. Yeah, my other cousin. Yeah. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? You good? Yeah, good. What's up, sir? My little cousin. My other cousin. My friend Harold. Y'all seen him on YouTube before? My sister Kim. Yo.
What's up, man?
Motorcycle Adventures. Y'all check him out on YouTube.
Man, the myth, the legend of itself. Traveling Tall. We're at his bike show. Oh, you got anything to tell everybody?
This is going on. We are having a fantastic time. I want to thank Joe Gold for riding over 1,000 miles. That man is a real rider. He is a an ultimate ground pounder.
1,042 miles down to that.
42. All right, guys, we got John here. Come on, John. What's up, John?
What's up, brother? How are you, my man?
Come on over here with my road glide.
Traveling, finally did it, huh?
Ride in. Nice meeting you.
I need to take that picture.
So now it's time to hand out the awards. We had 5 categories: HD Design, People's Choice, Best Paint, Best Original, and Tall's Best in Show.
I always wanted to share, to me, the best side of Daytona. And now we're here, we're in the spot. All right, guys, watch YouTube channel Traveling Tall, like, share, subscribe, keep gliding, and as always, have a blessed day. I'm out.
Okay guys, so there were 5 awards given out, but there was one secret award that people didn't know about, that I had to walk up and down the street and I could give out one award to the best bike that didn't participate in the show.
We got hit. Bro, let me tell you something. This right here, my neck's like a Harley. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, bro, this right here, for them reaching out to us, our next bike. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, man. Good to see you.
As I continue on my walk, looking for the best Harley that didn't participate in the show, I make a stop by the Barbershop to say hello to everyone.
Appreciate it. Thank you. You guys have a great night. Thank you.
I'll see you but one time. Thank you. Don't get up. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, I'll see y'all. All right, thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. All right. All right.
All the bikes are lined up on the side of the street, so we continue on our walk.
But I was walking around trying to find one of the baddest bikes around. Yeah. Here is the award for it, Harley-Davidson. And here's the $250 gift card. That's you. What's your name? Jeremy. Jeremy. Nice to meet you, Jeremy. Nice to meet you. Thank you. You got a good looking bike.
Hey, appreciate it.
All right. How you doing, man?
How you doing?
Good, good. What's your name?
David, man. I'm one of your biggest fans.
All right.
I don't ride a Harley. I ride the K&M Spider.
Okay.
I told you about. But I love your channel.
How you doing, man?
I love what you put out, brother. I came down here just so I could run into you. This is my uncle.
Nice to meet you.
All the way from the great state of Anderson family. Yeah.
All right.
So he rides a Harley.
All right. Well, get you on one.
Yeah. I got him in.
All right. Keep up good work, brother.
Thank you. Thank you, man. If you ain't riding, you ain't gliding. Even though he owns a different type of bike, but it's still, you gotta own it. I did everything.
That's what it's about, man. We're gonna grow bigger next year. All right. There you go.
You did that last year. Everybody came to me and said, oh, this is my first time. Because I saw two cars. I said, oh, that's the only thing. They started coming up.
So I'd like to give a shout out to all the YouTubers that came down to support. Make sure you go check out the channel. Build, Ride, Repeat, him and his dad. John from Cycle Fanatics. Ripping on Two Wheels. Riding and Wrenching. Just GQ, the leader of the Peace Army. Joe Go Motorcycle Adventures. Papa D Rides. Two Up Journey Junkies. From the Lone Star State of Texas, Kelly B. Gladden. The boss of his motorcycle, Robert Simmons. Holy Shift. Tony Robinson from Bootlegger Harley-Davidson.
Hey, Mr. Fred.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Just wanted to thank you guys again for everything that you've done, how everything came together at the Bagger show, and I had a really good time down there at Bethune-Cookman.
Got some good feedback from that, man. Everybody was satisfied with it and looking forward to you coming back. We just trying to make it bigger and bigger every year, man. Out of these 10 days, we was busy up here on the air with customers and vendors for at least 7 days. So I think it really did make a difference. We have other that's filmed off to other vendors saying to put them down for the next season again. Because it's bringing in more income. It's affecting everybody in a good way. We have Channel 2 and we have the Daytona Times, which is a black newspaper going on for a good while.
Okay.
And they did a couple of write-ups about it too.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was all positive things.
A lot of people only know about Main Street and Destination Daytona, but it's good to see a lot of people from all different walks of life coming over there and experiencing what I call Daytona. You know, that's just
right. Yeah. And no drama.
Yeah, no drama at all. It was all love and a good time.
Yes.
You know, I didn't make it in there to get my hair cut this year because I got busier than I thought, but Lord willing, I'll be in there next year. If you ain't too packed, I'm sure you said you gained some new customers.
Oh yeah, yeah. From your blog, I gained quite a few of them.
Yeah.
Come in and say, man, I saw you on a video on YouTube. Hey, come on, sit down.
Again, I want to thank y'all, everybody at the Barbershop, and a lot of people don't know that y'all was instrumental in helping putting all this together, bringing Harley-Davidson back. But we ain't gonna stop. Next year, gonna be bigger and better. All right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. I'll talk to you later, man. Thanks.
All right, man. All right. Appreciate it.
It all started with a question. Have you ever been to the other side of Daytona? Let me back up and tell you the story. So it was March 2022, Bike Week, and I just got through riding the Pan America with my friend Matt from Harley-Davidson. We decided to go get something to eat after we got through riding the bikes. He asked me where did I want to go. I was like, hey, have you ever had chicken and waffles before? So as we were sitting there eating chicken and waffles, which was really good, by the way, I asked him, has he ever been to the other side of Daytona? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I asked him if he wanted to see it, and of course he's like, yeah. So we hopped on the bikes, we rode over there to Mary McLeod Bethune Boulevard. And when we got there, there was nobody there. It was like a Thursday, probably 11 o'clock, and there was nobody there, 11 in the morning. We walked up and down the street, and I'm telling him about all the scenery that you can see at nighttime, that there'll be motorcycles over here, Harleys over here, Harleys over there, motorcycles cruising up and down the street. There'll be vendors, there'll be food, there'll be all kinds of stuff like that. Trying to make him understand why this place is so good, but it was kind of hard to do without everybody being there. We walked into WB Attitude's Barbershop, and shout out to WB Attitude's Barbershop. Those guys are great, and this story would not come together without them. And I walked in there, I introduced Matt to everybody. We were talking about all the events that go on and how great it is. It's like a family reunion. It's just a real nice vibe where you can hang out, you can bring your family, there's music there, there's good food there, and of course there's motorcycles. The trends that you'll see at that spot is the trends that you'll see next year all over the country. I believe that spot right there starts the trend. That's the first time I saw touring bikes with 21s and 23s. I mean, years ago before I seen them anywhere else. 21s and 23s are small now. They have 30s and 32s. Fast Harleys and performance baggers, that's not a new thing. They used to race down to that spot years ago. They don't do that anymore, as far as I know. It used to be something that when my family went down there, my mom and dad, back in the 70s, it was just a cool environment to hang out in. So as we're walking around, we're talking to the people at the barbershop. I told Matt that Harley-Davidson used to come down here years ago, but they haven't been down here in a while. And I know a lot of things changed for the pandemic, but they actually stopped going before the pandemic. And Mrs. Turner was telling us that Willie G himself used to come down there. So it was cool to hear from Miss Turner the history that Harley-Davidson had with the community. After sitting there talking, having about an hour's worth of conversation, talking about how it used to be and how it would be great for Harley to come back and show their support again of the community, it was time for me to leave. I had to get back to Tennessee. As I'm riding back to Tennessee, later on that night, I got a text. So he said they were interested in it and they'd love to be a part of it. Well, that was in March of 2022. Fast forward to October of 2022 for Biketoberfest. I'm in Texas. I'm out there visiting my daughter. I'm not really sure if I'm going to Bike Week. I'm just really hanging out in Texas with my daughter. I actually had my nephew with me. You guys saw that video. I get a phone call that said, hey, Tall, if you're going to be down in Daytona, can you meet with us? I'd like you to meet with me and Lauren. Lauren's another person from Harley-Davidson. But I don't really need an excuse to go to Bike Week. Getting the truck, trailer, my nephew and all, and we head down from Dallas, Texas, down to Daytona Beach. And as we're sitting in the meeting, we're talking about the events and things to happen. Somehow in the meeting, I get asked a question like, hey, Tall, would you want to put on a bike show here at Bethune-Cookman? Of course, I'm gonna say yes, right? I've never put on a bike show before. I've had Run to the Hills 1, Run to the Hills 2, and this year, June the 10th and 11th in Knoxville, will be Run to the Hills 3. I was honored that they asked me, and especially to be partnered with Harley-Davidson to put on a bike show. So it was a great event. My family came down. My friends came from Tennessee. My friends came from North Carolina. My friends came from Georgia, from DC area. It was an awesome time. And we had a whole host of YouTubers. So that's why I'm telling you guys, make sure that you watch the YouTube videos from the other YouTubers. But if you really want to see what was going on, make sure that you watch all the content creators' videos. They were awesome, guys. And thank you guys for all the content creators that showed up, every one of you. It was packed Monday through Saturday. It was more bikes than I ever seen. And that right there just makes me ecstatic. But the vendors that I talked to said they had more business than they ever had before. And that right there makes me happy. And not only that, if it could get even better, the CEO of Harley-Davidson came down. And he's just walking down the street, mingling in with everybody, shaking hands and taking pictures, and just checking out the bike show and checking out all the vendors. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed the behind the scenes of how the first Traveling Talls Ride-In Bagger Show, brought to you by Harley-Davidson in Daytona Beach, how it began. Thank you to Harley-Davidson, viewers, subscribers, and all the YouTube influencers. Special shout out to Mrs. Turner and everybody at WB Attitudes Barbershop and my family. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Keep gliding. As always, have a blessed day.